In the vast expanse of the South China Sea, a rusting ship sits stranded on Ayungin Shoal, a silent sentinel amidst the waves. The BRP Sierra Madre, once a proud U.S. Navy vessel, now serves as a Philippine military outpost. Its battered hull stands as a powerful symbol of defiance and resilience, a testament to the enduring spirit of a nation. Intentionally grounded in 1999, the ship was Manila's strategic response to China's growing presence in the region. This deliberate act was a bold statement, a physical manifestation of the Philippines' determination to assert its sovereignty. By keeping Marines aboard, the Philippines draws a clear line in the sand. This is sovereign territory, protected by international law and the unwavering resolve of its people. Life on the Sierra Madre is harsh and unforgiving. Cramped quarters, isolation, and the need for constant vigilance define the daily existence of those stationed here. Yet for the Marines, it's a post of honor. Their presence is a living claim to the shoal, a testament to their dedication and patriotism. The ship's decay only underscores its purpose, a stubborn physical reminder that the Philippines will not yield to external pressures. It stands as a monument to the nation's steadfastness. Each day it remains is a quiet act of resistance, a stand against a much larger neighbor. The sunrise over the ship heralds another day of unwavering resolve. The Sierra Madre is more than a shipwreck. It's a fortress, a home, and a statement of national pride. It embodies the spirit of a nation that refuses to be overshadowed. Here, sovereignty is not just declared, it's lived day by those willing to endure for their country. The daily routines of the Marines are a testament to their commitment. In these contested waters, the rusty hulk is the front line of a nation's resolve. It stands alone, yet it is not isolated, for it carries the hopes and dreams of an entire nation. The South China Sea is a vital artery for global trade, with more than a third of the world's shipping passing through its waters every year. These busy lanes connect Asia with Europe, the Middle East, and beyond, making the region not just a local concern, but a global one. Yet beneath the surface of commerce, the South China Sea is also a cauldron of overlapping claims, where history, geography, and national pride collide. China's sweeping 9-dash line, first drawn in the 1940s, engulfs nearly 90% of the sea, covering vast stretches of water and hundreds of tiny islands, reefs, and rocks. This claim clashes directly with the internationally recognized Exclusive Economic Zones, or EEZs, of the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and even Indonesia, nations that depend on these waters for food, energy, and security. According to the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or UNCLOS, coastal states are entitled to resources within 200 nautical miles of their shores, a rule designed to prevent exactly these kinds of disputes. But China's claim sweeps past these boundaries, ignoring the EEZs of its neighbors, and asserting historical rights that most of the world rejects. In 2016, after years of tension, the Philippines took its case to the Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague, and won a landmark legal victory. The tribunal ruled that China's expansive claim had no legal basis under international law. Beijing, however, rejected the ruling outright. Instead, it doubled down, accelerating the construction of artificial islands, building runways, radar stations, and military outposts on once pristine reefs, transforming the region's geography and raising the stakes. Today, the dispute is no longer just about lines on a map. It's about who controls vast reserves of oil, gas, and fish, and who sets the rules for one of the world's most strategic waterways. For Manila, the standoff at Ayungin Shoal is a test case. Can international law and diplomacy stand up to brute force and persistent pressure from a much larger neighbor? The answer remains uncertain. Each new standoff between Chinese and Philippine vessels turns a legal dispute into a dangerous security crisis, with the risk of miscalculation ever present. The world watches anxiously, aware that what happens in these contested waters could shape the balance of power and the rules of the road for the entire Indo-Pacific, and perhaps the world. China avoids open war, instead using gray zone tactics, coercion just short of conflict. The China Coast Guard and maritime militia swarm contested waters, blocking and harassing Philippine vessels. At Ayungin Shoal, every resupply attempt faces a wall of Chinese ships, dangerous maneuvers, and intimidation. Water cannons, ramming threats, and even blinding lasers are used to wear down Filipino resolve. The goal make resupply so risky and costly that the Philippines gives up its outpost. It's a slow siege, designed to isolate the Marines and force a quiet withdrawal. No shots fired, but the pressure is relentless, a daily test of nerves and national will. In this shadow conflict, every supply run is a battle for sovereignty. Each resupply mission to the Sierra Madre is a high-stakes gamble, unfolding in the contested waters of the South China Sea. These missions are not just routine deliveries, they are lifelines fraught with danger and uncertainty at every turn. Outgunned and outnumbered, Philippine crews face a gauntlet of Chinese ships determined to block their way. The tension is palpable as every approach is met with aggressive maneuvers and intimidating displays of force. The supply boats are small, vulnerable, and constantly shadowed by larger, more powerful Chinese vessels. These patrol ships often close in, attempting to intimidate or even physically obstruct the resupply boats, making each journey a test of nerves and seamanship. Horns blare, radio threats echo, and water cannons threaten to shatter windows and equipment. The crews must remain calm under pressure, responding to provocations with discipline and restraint, knowing that escalation could have dire consequences. The psychological strain is immense, but the crews press on, knowing the world is watching. International media and observers often accompany these missions, amplifying the stakes and ensuring that every action is recorded and scrutinized. Every maneuver is scrutinized. A single mistake could spark a crisis. Navigating these waters requires split-second decisions and flawless coordination, as even a minor miscalculation could lead to disaster or international incident. The Marines aboard the Sierra Madre depend on these runs for survival. Food, water, medicine, and equipment are all delivered under the shadow of confrontation, sustaining the outpost and the men who defend it. Each successful delivery is a victory, keeping the outpost alive and the Philippine flag flying. These moments of triumph are hard-won, symbolizing resilience and national pride in the face of overwhelming odds. The risks are real: collision, injury, even loss of life. But the mission is clear. Every sailor and Marine knows the dangers, yet they accept them willingly, driven by duty and a sense of purpose. To abandon the Sierra Madre is to surrender a claim. To endure is to defy. The ship stands as a symbol of resistance, its battered hull a testament to the Philippines' determination to hold its ground. Every run is a statement: the Philippines will not be pushed out. With each perilous journey, the resolve of the crew and the nation is reaffirmed, sending a clear message to the world: they will stand their ground, no matter the cost. With the blockade tightening, the Philippines needed a new approach. In September 2025, planners devised a bold special operation: stealth, speed, and surprise. Instead of slow supply boats, they used small, fast RHIBs launched from a distant mothership. Timing was everything. Pre-dawn light and choppy seas masked their approach. Elite naval teams zigzagged through the blockade, outmaneuvering the lumbering Chinese vessels. The Chinese, caught off guard, couldn't react in time. Supplies reached the Sierra Madre quickly. The teams withdrew before being trapped. The mission was a stunning success, proof that ingenuity could outpace brute force. It broke the siege, delivered hope, and showed the world that the Philippines could adapt and prevail. The special operation became a blueprint for future missions. The September operation was more than a logistical win. It was a turning point. For months, China's blockade seemed unbreakable. This mission shattered that illusion. The Philippines proved it could outthink and outmaneuver a far stronger adversary. The nation's pride surged. The Marines' morale soared. The mission kept the outpost alive and showed that creative tactics could counter overwhelming force. It was a lifeline for the Marines and a message to Beijing: the blockade is not absolute. The operation set a new precedent, emboldening future efforts. Filipino resolve was on full display, unyielding, resourceful, and determined. The world took notice. The Philippines would not be cowed. The victory was not just in supplies delivered, but in spirit, renewed. The stand at Manila Shoal had new momentum. The daring resupply mission made global headlines. The United States reaffirmed its defense commitments, warning Beijing against escalation. Allies like Australia, Japan, and the UK condemned China's coercion and praised Philippine resolve. International organizations called for dialogue and respect for maritime law. The mission pressured ASEAN to push for a binding code of conduct in the South China Sea. China's response was defensive, but the narrative had shifted. The world saw a small nation outsmarting a giant, exposing China's bullying tactics. The Philippines' success rallied international support and put Beijing on the diplomatic back foot. The operation's impact went far beyond the supplies delivered. It broke the psychological grip of China's blockade, forcing Beijing to rethink its strategy. The Philippines showed it was willing to take risks and innovate to defend its interests. Each successful run now injects uncertainty into China's calculations. The mission validated Manila's assertive new defense posture and built domestic and international support. The status quo shifted. As long as the Sierra Madre is manned, the Philippines holds its ground. Every resupply resets the clock, pushing back against China's war of attrition. The ship's presence is a powerful factor in the dispute, a symbol that endures. The victory was not about reclaiming territory, but about refusing to surrender it. The Philippines proved that resolve and creativity can hold the line. The story of the Sierra Madre is one of resilience, a modern David versus Goliath. Filipino Marines, sailors, and Coast Guardsmen face daily risks, driven by duty and patriotism. Their mission is more than a job, it's a defense of national honor and future generations' rights. The September victory was significant, but the struggle continues. China will adapt, and new challenges will arise. Yet, the Philippines has shown it can endure and innovate. The rusty ship, battered but unbowed, is anchored by the nation's unbreakable will. As the sun sets over the contested sea, the flag still flies, a beacon of hope and defiance. The stand continues, and the Filipino spirit remains unsinkable.